Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2022 general readings. We are looking at the first half of July from the 1st through the 15th, and this reading is for the air sign of Aquarius. Welcome everyone. I hope, as I always do, that you're all doing well, and thank you for taking the time to watch this or any of the videos on my YouTube channel, for all of your likes, shares, subscribing, those of you who reach out for personal readings, give feedback. All of it greatly appreciated. Thank you. Okay, Aquarius, this reading is for you for the first 2 weeks of July 2022. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Aquarius. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for an Aquarian. It's a general reading, so as we say, watch all of your signs if you know them, sun, moon, rising, and Venus, because each one can provide additional perspective and insight. And if you find that something does resonate with you enough that you'd like to perhaps take a deeper look at it, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly, Maggie1Maguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. You can also get that contact info by clicking on the description link. I can usually respond the same day with more information. I do offer quite a wide variety of readings, and I'm pretty timely about scheduling, so if you're interested, send me a message. Okay, Aquarius, let's see what the first half of July looks like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. We begin with the Ace of Cups. New love and romance for some of you. The heart opening up again, self-love, the beginning of the awareness of your worth and value, emotional renewal of an already existing situation or relationship. With the moon, a lack of clarity, deep-seated fears bubbling to the surface, feeling nervous, not really sure what to do or an aspect of this situation. I mean, the moon has light. Well, it reflects the light of the sun, actually. But under the light of the sun, everything is illuminated. There's, very little shadow. But under the light of the moon, there's a lot of hidden corners and shadowy nooks, and we're afraid of what might be in there. It can also represent, deep-seated fears kind of bubbling up in perhaps an unrealistic way. Next we have the Two of Cups, soulmate, kindred spirit, a great union. And a union can be people, places, situations. But often this is associated with kindred spirits or best friends, whether it's love or romance, or without the romantic aspect, but still very connected. With the Wheel of Fortune, divine timing and orchestration. Good luck and good fortune in the upright position, which it is. God's fingerprints on this divine timing and orchestration. Next we have the Three of Wands. A more patient waiting card, positive. You've put some of the effort in, some of the footwork. You're starting to see some of your efforts paying off, and you're feeling very positive and optimistic about what's coming in the future. With the Two of Coins, crossroads, choices. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the first half of July is the Eight of Swords, which is a card that represents feeling trapped or held hostage or by whatever, obligations. Swords are governed by the element of air, which governs our mental landscape, our intellectual landscape. So the Suit of Swords is often about how we think, how we look at things, perspectives, ideologies, because that affects how we see everything outside of ourselves and how we communicate. So the Eight of Swords, these swords can represent a variety of different things or one overriding ideology. Somebody feels like they can't remove themselves, can't change a situation, can't do something. But it's somewhat illusionary. I mean, it doesn't mean that you don't have fears and concerns, but the Eight of Swords is often a card that represents, well, I can't leave this awful job because I won't get one that pays better, or I'm too old, or, I can't leave, I can't do this because of this. You could, and everything does come at a cost, but the Eight of Swords is telling yourself you're trapped when you're not. Now, what you feel trapped by, it could be sometimes moral obligations. What you feel trapped by, of course, is going to vary because this is a general reading. So let's clarify. It does feel like there's certainly, and it looks like there's certainly a relationship central here. Now, because this is a general reading, for some of you, this whole reading might be about the relationship itself, or it might be about another situation or another area of life that is affected by or will affect a primary relationship. Let's clarify that overall energy of the Eight of Swords. Feeling trapped, feeling stuck. And again, with the moon, not sure, not knowing, I have fears. The Two of Coins, you're waiting. Clarify the Eight of Swords. Justice, reaping what you sow, doing the right thing, honesty, transparency, ethics, morality. Could be a legal situation. Judgment. Oh, we've got justice and judgment both. And that makes 4 major arcana cards so far. When a lot of major arcana cards show up, because it's quite powerful energies of God, Spirit, angels, and guides, it typically represents that this is a major event or has profound significance in your life. Justice and judgment. Judgment usually represents a choice to be made. What are you going to do? And typically it's going to represent a major crossroads in your life, a major choice that'll change your life one way or the other. It's sometimes called the second chance card, and for those of you for whom that might be the case in this situation or relationship, it usually means that you have the chance to make a choice you didn't make before. But this is what you feel trapped by. For relationship, judgment and justice together can represent, contracts, marriage, the convention of marriage. Maybe you've been in a relationship for quite some time, and now is the time to fish or cut bait, but perhaps you've had negative experiences in the past, and you're afraid to move forward. You may lose the person if you don't. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups. New love and romance, emotional renewal. I think for many of you, this isn't the relationship that's being featured here is an already established relationship. For a few of you, it might be that you feel you've met somebody brand new. That may be your soulmate. You may feel that way, but I think for many of you, this is a relationship that's already in place. Clarify the Ace of Cups. The Moon, again. The Ace of Cups is already clarified by the Moon, so we have the Moon again. When cards repeat themselves in a spread too, it's additional energy. So since the Moon can represent hidden fears coming to the surface, deep-seated fears, a lack of clarity, confusion. The Tower, unexpected upheaval or endings, major change. The Hanging Man, waiting, watching, not taking any direct action yet. I feel like there's waiting and there's fear. And it may be for some of you that you're afraid if you move forward in this situation or relationship, or some combination of both, that this will happen in a difficult and painful way, likely because it's something that's happened in the past, and you're unsure as to what to do, so you're not doing anything. And with that overall energy of the Eight of Swords and judgment and justice, again, for some of you, this may be a marriage issue within a relationship or taking it to the next level, but you're afraid. You feel trapped, like this is the thing you're supposed to do in whatever kind of road of life you've chosen, but yet you don't want to. you're afraid that something terrible will happen if you do. Maybe that you're afraid something terrible will happen if you don't. Again, it's a general reading. Clarify the moon. The Emperor, Aries energy, typically a male, older, established, can also represent, it may be somebody you're involved with, it may be you, it may be the energetic energy of the Emperor, who is somebody that always does the right thing. He makes the best decision for the greater good of his entire empire. Controlled, disciplined, but he can be very stubborn, very domineering, and sometimes a little too controlling. And with the moon, again, with the tower, the Emperor is typically pretty sure of himself. He's in control. But with the moon, he's unsure. It may be that you or the person that you're involved with, you know, it feels like taking this, again, I feel fear. It feels like taking this next step means that you lose control, that you can't control things, that as long as you keep things the way they are, the way they have been, you can control it. But it feels like control is slipping away from you anyway because of this crossroads decision, your unwillingness to make a decision, or your partner's unwillingness to make a decision. Either way, there's a life-changing outcome. It's whether it's major loss or moving forward. Yep, we have the Lovers here, a relationship at a crossroads. A decision needs to be made. One more, the Emperor. So we have the the Empress. We have the Emperor and the Empress, the couple that's meant to be together, that's supposed to be together, or that is kind of a natural match. Unless, of course, you're with somebody that's a terrible match anyway, and so in that case, you know, that's not what we're talking about here. I feel like you've worked really hard, either you or your partner. Somebody here has worked really hard to get to a place where they're well established. They have control over their life, control over every aspect of their life. But when it comes to this relationship, they don't, or they feel like they don't anymore. They have to make a choice one way or the other. And there's all these fears. If I don't do this, I'm going to lose. But if I do this, I may lose, and it may hurt even worse. So there's no action just yet. Let's clarify that Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. Two of Cups clarified by the Two of Cups. Wow. This is a really strong karmic connection, really strong soulmate connection. There's such a strong karmic spirit connection here, even more so because we also have the Wheel of Fortune with it. The Fool, look at all these major arcana cards. The Fool is a brand new journey, but it's a journey that you have no idea how it's going to work out or what the path is. It's stepping off the path into the unknown and trusting, getting out of your comfort zone. Yeah, afraid of that because you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, on one hand, I can understand that. None of us wants to repeat mistakes from the past or really painful losses from the past. But this feels like one of those situations where if someone doesn't make a decision to move forward, they're going to lose anyway, and that loss is going to be painful. But whether or not it's more important than moving forward into the unknown, again, it's a general reading, it'll vary. Let's clarify that Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune underneath these two of Cups also represents that this is, I mean, free will, free agency. You can turn your back on anything. It's your choice or your partner's choice. But this is like something spirit. You guys are not together randomly. This is a spirit-driven connection. This feels all skewed towards relationship. I suppose it could be making a major decision in another area of life that's going to profoundly affect the relationship. You know, like making job or work decisions or moving or relocating or something. But for the majority of you, this is about the relationship. Clarify Wheel of Fortune. Oh, that was too many. Clarify Wheel of Fortune. The Magician. You have everything you need to manifest what you want here. The Two of Swords, but you're still stuck. The Two of Swords can sometimes represent an unwillingness to listen to your intuition, an unwillingness to look at something directly. I mean, it's like Spirit is saying, look, here it is on a silver platter. You have everything you need to make this work. But you don't, you or the other person is afraid to look at this. Clarify Three of Wands. So it feels like here at the end you're waiting, hopefully, or waiting like hoping something will change. Because there's this sense of you're at this crossroads, but you're not moving. And it may be that part of you or the other person's is like, well, I'll just wait. Maybe it'll just go back to the way it was and everything will be fine. I don't know. It doesn't. You're waiting to see what kind of decision you want to make. You're waiting for the other person to make a decision. But you're feeling hopeful and positive and optimistic about it. Or if you just wait long enough, they will come back around again to your way of thinking. It feels a little... Don't shoot the messenger. It feels a little unrealistic. Yeah, the Star, waiting hopefully. The Three of Wands again, waiting hopefully. Clarify Two of Coins. Waiting for someone to make the decision. The Ace of Cups, again, renewal. The Sun. This feels like a relationship, Aquarius, has been a certain way for some time. And now there's this major crossroads of where is this relationship going? What do we do moving forward? And one person is saying, I'm not going to go along with this anymore the way that it has been. And the other person just feels like if they wait long enough, the other person will come back around or come back to that and everything will be the same as it was. But it doesn't feel like that's going to be here this way, to be that this time. All right, let's ask for advice and guidance for Aquarius. What should they do? Contemplate. Ten of Cups. This is focusing on bringing it all together to completion, harmony, and full achievement of home and family. This is a card of home and family, completion, achievement, marriage. Eight of Pentacles, the work card, putting the work in to make sure that you have a stable, happy home. The Knight of Cups, a love-driven offer. The Six of Swords, healing. I feel like Spirit, Aquarius, is advising you to do the thing you're afraid of doing. And to trust that because Spirit is underscoring all of this, that it's the right decision to make and the right action to take. To do the thing you're afraid of doing and trusting. It's a hard thing to do, especially if you've had some really negative experiences in the past, but nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? All right, I'm going to leave it there, Aquarius. Those are your messages for the first half of July. I hope you found them useful and helpful or gave you some food for thought. Again, if any of this resonates with you enough that you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something, feel free to email me directly, Maggie1McGuire @gmail.com. You can also get that email address from the description link. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the July general mid-month readings. Until then, stay well. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.